everybody. Welcome to my video. If you've seen the title, we're just going to be talking about my 2 cents on the college admissions process and how it has affected my life since I was born. Okay, so let's talk about college. So, first and foremost, if you don't already know, I'm a high school senior. I'm actually applying to college this year, and it's not been so fun so far because my essays are pretty bad, but that's for another story. So let's talk about the college admissions process. So for some background information, I go to a competitive public school in California. I have a class size of about 300, so very small, and the entire school population is actually about 1,300, which is actually very small. But the community that I've grown up in has always been very academically driven. We are very success-based. They care a lot about achievements. They care a lot about what can you do. They care a lot about what math level you're in. Oh god, that is so infuriating, yes. Ever since I was in 3rd grade, I was always forced to do math for an hour every day, and it was excruciating, and I hated it, and I thought I was weird for doing it, but all my peers were doing it too, so I guess if I wasn't doing it, I was behind, and how is it reasonable for a 3rd grader to be doing math for an hour and a half every day, and if they didn't, they were behind their friends, what the heck? But anyways, that's what happened, and they told me, hey, you'll get A's in high school. Well, guess what? I got the sophomore year of high school, and got a B. Actually got 2 B's, but that's one thing that very stood out to me early on. That's why am I doing this? Why am I not outside playing and having fun and doing math? And I'm not saying I hate math. I generally enjoy math. I generally enjoy doing math now, right? It's fun. It's interesting. It's definitely a very precise thing. But at the time, I didn't understand the value, and it was very pointless in my eyes. And this is just a byproduct of what the whole entire, well, obviously my Asian American identity, but on top of that, just the college admissions rat race has created. Because in a lot of these parents' eyes, it's the earlier you can prep your kids, the more set up they will be when they start applying to college, which is my age, ironically. So as another byproduct of this is going off of the math level thing, is when I was in middle school, it was almost as if you weren't in advanced math, you were stupid. It was oh no, it doesn't matter that you skipped classes or whatever to get into advanced math. If you were in advanced math, you're stupid. And I was never in advanced math until my freshman year of high school, and for me, it was I always felt dumb in middle school because I wasn't in advanced math. And I remember, I had to take a summer class that 8th grade summer, and something that teacher said, which very ironically didn't really make sense because she was teaching a class for kids to skip levels, but she was everyone's just so fixated on this rat race of getting to calculus first. And I was thinking damn, that's kind of true. And that's kind of stuck with me as I think about it, because I was in advanced math my freshman year. I did very well. I think I got a 99 both semesters, and then my sophomore year I absolutely got ran. It was really hard. Math was really hard for me, and I really began to self-doubt myself. And I realized okay, yeah, I did bad in one class, but I did good in all my other classes. Oh, am I stupid because I got a 1B in math? No, I genuinely don't think I am. And that's just another of the problems, right? Because here, it's almost as if you get a B, it's over. And I have more B's that I can count on two of my hand. I've gotten so many B's in high school, right? Okay, this doesn't matter, right? It's not, I think at the end of the day, that doesn't change who I am and what I've accomplished. And then going off of that is so parents push you so much to just be excellent students, and also good at everything else. You have to be good at writing, you have to be good at sports, you have to be good at music, you have to be good at all these different things just to impress these colleges. Because after academics on the college, college admissions importance list is extracurriculars. And going off of this, it's for a lot of kids, so take CS for example. If you want to major in CS, if you're not doing hackathons, if you haven't taken 40 CS classes, if you don't know 40 languages, if you haven't done USACO, you haven't done all these internships, you're not going to be able to major in CS. And for me, it's well, I want to major in CS, I want to do it, why can't I? And they're oh, you haven't done this. And it's oh, then you're out. And it's I don't think that makes sense, right? Just because I wanted to spend my summers teaching something to kids, or spending my summers doing volunteer work, or spending my summers learning something else that I enjoyed, does that reduce me my chances of getting into these schools? Because like I didn't do other things. Like I don't think that's right. And parents like push kids so far into this just these singular tracks that I feel like it totally devoids each person of what their interests really are. And I definitely know that I have friends who are just so academically focused and they're great students, great people, but I just feel like they don't know what they really want to do. And it's just because of the environment that it just pushed them. Like our environment has given them a goal. The goal is get into a good school. And for me, it's like, yes, that is something I care about, but I also want to have fun. I also want to learn new things. I also want to be good at different things and just honestly like experience what everything life has to offer. And I think because of this whole admissions and college admissions and all this toxicity, it's like you're stripped away from that. You don't get all these experiences that you've missed. And for me, it was like COVID came in my junior year and I didn't get experience my senior year. Like up until, for me in high school, it was like, just wait until senior year. That's when I'm gonna let loose. That's when I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna go out with my girlfriend, do this, go with my friends, do that. It's like I didn't get to do it because I just saved it until COVID, and now I'm going quarantine all day, right? Like, and that like really taught me to like don't take things for granted. Don't like if you have a chance to do something, just go and do it. And I know I say this advice and it's really difficult because parents, community, they just push you away from that, and I just hate how that happens. And so much of our lives literally just gets built into the college admissions process. Like, can you believe that so many of us have a counselor? Like, heck, I have a college counselor. Like, I have someone telling me how to apply to this college, and I just feel like it's so overly emphasized because at the end of the day, like, your undergrad is not the last thing like that you're gonna do in your life. There's more things beyond that. Like finding out what you want to do in high school, finding out what you like love is so important, and I feel like this whole competitive environment just destroys all of that. And that's why I always have so much respect for everyone who chooses like, oh, I'm gonna spend time doing this over this, I'm gonna spend time doing this over this. And it's like, even if it's obviously not good for college, like they choose what they enjoy. And that's what matters to me. And that's something I try to resonate in myself. I've been playing basketball for the last 4 years, and even though I'm not very good at it, it's something that I love doing. And I actively always want to do whatever I can to be involved, and I've been playing on the school team and it's awesome and I love it, but in terms of college admissions it's not very good, and so my mom has always been pushing me to quit, but I've never been able to bring myself to do it because what I gain from it in terms of leadership, what I gain in terms of hard work, teamwork, trusting my peers, like all these such important qualities I gain from basketball. And I definitely feel like you have to weigh what you gain from an activity and what you gain in terms of your college admissions. And if you gain a lot in terms of what you learn as a person, go ahead and do it. Don't let college deter you from that. Like if college admissions officers don't want to accept you because you pursued your passion, then that's fine. Go ahead and continue pursuing your passions, because in my opinion, like, live your life trying to reach your own happiness, not the happiness of everyone else. And so, at the end of the day, I just really urge each of you guys to really seize the day. Like, if you see an opportunity that you might be interested in, go out and do it. Don't let yourself be confined, because as a high school senior, I look back and I regret a lot of things. And of course, at the same time, I also don't regret a lot of things. I spent the two things that I'm most involved in, basketball and band, like, they're the two things that I invested the most time into. And they paid off in terms of whether it's my friendships with my friends, or whether it's what I've learned, whether it's my passions, or the different things that I want to do going into college. And I know that in college, I want a double major. I want to double major in both music and CS. But alongside that, I also want to be playing basketball. I also want to be learning about sciences. I also want to be learning about all these different things. And I'm only able to know that because I've truly pushed myself to diversify and find out every little thing that I'm interested in. And that's something I wish more high schoolers would get to experience. And I count myself blessed to have this, and I still even have regrets. And so, at the end of the day, I really just think I understand that there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of academic pressure on everything around you, and it's just to let go and just do what you like to do and do what you love. Because at the end of the day, you're not making someone else happy, you're trying to make yourself happy.